Peace. My name is Misty Moon, and I'm an integrative health coach for women. And my purpose is to help women heal physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And today we're going to be talking about the spiritual aspect of healing through one of my favorite topics, the moon. Yes, hence the name Misty Moon. I've always been fascinated with the moon, and today we're going to talk about why aligning yourself with the moon, especially as women, is vital for our health. All right, let's get into it. So most people have a 9 to 5, 7 days a week, 365-day timeline. And at some point in human history, a group of people got together and decided that we're going to base our daily rhythm around the sun. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But what if, as women, that by aligning ourselves with the solar rhythm has kept us off kilter? What if we're really supposed to have an alignment with the moon's rhythm? And the reason why I bring this up is because we have more in common with the moon than men do. So for an example, it takes 28 days for the moon to go from new to full. And with a woman's natural menstrual cycle, it comes around every 28 days. The moon is also known to have a very direct effect on the ocean. And the ocean is known to be a very emotional element. We as women, we have a lot of fluid within us. If you think about the menstrual blood and the milk that we produce, it might be a stretch, but I think there's a correlation here. And also, ocean or water is associated with emotions. And as women, we're very emotional creatures. And also, when you look at mythology, there's a lot of, when you look at the mythology of goddesses, it's mostly goddesses are associated with the moon, like Diana. And even the word Luna, that's a very feminine word, right? So the moon has always been associated with feminine qualities, where the sun has been associated with masculine qualities. And so another beauty about aligning yourself with the moon is that it gives you an opportunity to reinvent yourself every 28 days, because each phase of the moon gives different energies. So the new moon, that's a time when you want to plant seeds. And you even think about the farmer's almanac. The farmers or old school farmers would base their planting and seeding or in harvesting based on the cycles of the moon. So metaphorically speaking, whenever it's a new moon, it's an opportunity to set new goals. What is it that you want to focus on? And the full moon is an opportunity to let go, to shed. What's not working in your life? What do you need to eliminate? And so every 28 days, you get to reinvent yourself. Every 28 days, you get to reassess and to adjust. And then also, to take it a step further, the moon travels through all the different 12 zodiacs. Every 2.5 days, it goes to each different zodiac. So based on what zodiac the moon is in, that gives you a different energy to focus on. So it's as if by aligning yourself to the rhythm of the moon, it's like a roadmap to help you focus on, to help direct you what it is you should be focusing on during that particular time in your life. So for an example, the Cancer. Okay, so say the moon is in Cancer. Cancer is all about home. It's about family. It's about going in, being introverted. So say it's a full moon in Cancer, and a full moons are about eliminating. So the question could be, well, how can you reassess your home? What is it about your home that you need to shift? Are there relationships in your life that you need to, like family relationships that maybe you need to, step away from? Or say if the moon is in Leo. Leo is all about being dramatic and being extroverted. So say it's a full moon in Leo. So what are some characteristics that you need to, as far as like being extroverted, how can you bring yourself back a little bit? How can you reassess of how you're seeking attention in your life? So I'm just giving you some very broad ideas. But the point here is that when you align yourself to the moon energy, you have this, again, it gives you direction of what aspects of your life to focus on, because our lives are so complex. And sometimes it can get overwhelming of what to focus on. But if you align yourself to the moon energy, you can take advantage of that energy in order to recorrect and to create balance in those various aspects of your life. And it's so much fun to be able to create new rituals for yourself. And it helps you to be in the moment. It helps you be more in tune with nature, because you're if you're aligning yourself with the moon, then you're aware of like, oh my God, okay, it's starting to wax, it's starting to wane. It gives you an opportunity to look up in the sky. I mean, how often do we actually look up at the sky and just appreciate the stars and the moon and the clouds? So connecting with the moon, it just gives you an opportunity to get back to your own innate rhythm. It helps you to slow things down. It helps you to be introspective on a regular base. So I don't know if I have anything else to say about that. I just love the moon. I've always been fascinated with the moon. Even as like a little child, I just remember always just like staring at the moon. I just feel like the moon is so beautiful. And I know for me personally that once I really started integrating the moon energy, I'll give you an example. So back in June, it was the new moon in Gemini. Geminis are all about communication, right? I love Geminis, by the way. I think they get a bad rap, but I love Geminis. So Geminis are all about communication, and it was a new moon in Gemini. So I set an intention that I was going to start opening up my throat chakra. There were some truths that I needed to say, some things that I really believed in that I felt like I couldn't express. So what did I do? Two things happened during that timeline. The first thing that happened is that I created this a different Instagram account for MystyMoon. Like Mysty Moon Wellness is all about love and light and healing. Where I needed to create an Instagram account that was all about waking people up, but more focusing on the more dark aspects of what's happening in the world. I'm not going to get into the details here, but it was really empowering because it gave me an opportunity to speak my truth, to connect with other people who felt the same way as me. And that led into me reinventing my YouTube channel. And ever since then, I've been doing videos 6 days a week and really speaking up fearlessly. Even, when I feel like I'm getting over my head or if I feel insecure about what I'm doing, ever since then, I've been so vocal in a way that I've never had before. I'm doing collaborations with people. I'm posting, on my MystyMoon Wellness 6 days a week, twice a day, all from setting that intention with the Gemini new moon. So there's a lot of power to it. And there's nothing foofy about it. There's nothing evil about it. We are a part of nature. The moon is there for a reason. It has the energy there for a reason. If you think, my point is that the signs are all around us. That there's a as above, so below. And there's nothing evil about it. There's nothing foo-foo about it. It's just simply being in line with nature, because this is the way that our ancestors lived. If you look at all the ancient civilizations, how in the heck were they able to communicate with each other? There was no technology. There was no internet. They were able to make these profound connections by paying attention to nature, paying attention to the moon, paying attention to the sun. And when we get into the Mayans, they went beyond that. Their whole rhythm is based on the sun, the moon, and a few other planets. So there's different rhythms happening simultaneously. And if we allow ourselves to think outside the box and start tapping into other rhythms, you'll be amazed of how precise of an alignment that you can create in your life. It's part of breaking out of the matrix. Again, the sun, the solar energy has its place, but there's so many more rhythms out there. So this one is about the moon energy. So for you ladies out there, I highly recommend, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, just start paying attention to the moon. So a really great book to have, or a calendar to have in your back pocket, is the Ween Moon Calendar. I love this calendar. This is actually a planner, and they make a calendar as well. And I've been using this since 2003. And since that time frame, I think I've not had it like 3 or 4 times in my life. And I always felt lost. And what I love about this book is that it, So it gives you like, it lets you know like what phase the moon is in each day. All right. And then it also has like they call it year at a glance. So they give like the entire, for each zodiac, they give you the entire forecast for the entire year. And I swear it's always accurate. It's always on point. And it's made by women. It's all women. And then it's all like, they have like various art in here and poetry. And this is just such a beautiful calendar. I love this collective, the Women Planner. So I highly recommend this. And it's interesting too because the energy of it is always on point. For an example, it's called Wake Up Call. Think about all the events that happened this year. How in the heck would they have known of all the events that were going to take place in 2020? So they're tapped in. These women are tapped in. So I highly recommend getting that planner, and that's a good place to start to help you figure out, okay, well, like how do I know what to focus on? And this will be a good guide. So this wasn't like one of my most polished videos, but I love the moon. I like I said, my life has really has calmed down and been more grounded and more aligned and focused since I started integrating the moon in my life. So I hope you found some value in this. And yes, please like and subscribe and help me share my light, spread my light into the world. All the videos that I do here offer value. And I think that's it for now. So have a wonderful day, evening, whenever you're watching this video. And until the next one, take care. Peace.